Once again, it's going to make their task much more difficult. Birdwell picked up 5 yards on that play to get down to the Haltom 45-yard line. But remember, once again, they have to travel that entire 45 yards as we have 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
1 minute and 20 left. Richland is sitting on the 45-yard line, second down and about 5. This is the kind of game that everybody in the Birdville area loves to see. Two great teams battling it out, fighting down within the last minute of the ball game. It could still go either way. A great game by both teams thus far tonight. Norris splitting out at the top of your screen. Number 8, Aaron Stokely, who had 2 great interceptions, is now split out. Wouldn't it be ironic if Aaron Stokely was able to make a big play at this point in the game?
Birdwell 14 for 32. Back to pass. Here comes Coker.
Garman is heading for Birdwell. And Birdwell wisely runs out of bounds at 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining.
Nice job avoiding 2 tackles there. Coker almost had him, had a hold of the jersey. Birdwell able to break away. Birdwell all the way down to the Haltom 26-yard line with 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the ball game.
What a play by Birdwell. Avoided the sack, ran down the field, got as much yardage as he could, and then steps out of bounds. What just a tremendous play by a high school quarterback. Presence of mind to do everything he needs to do. Stokely and Norris, top of your screen. Birdwell, he's got plenty of time. That ball's intercepted. That could be it, unless he fumbles.
Number 58, Rusty Steele, with probably the biggest play of the year for the Haltom Buffaloes.
And the ironic thing, Lloyd, is that the clock was on 58 seconds when number 58, Rusty Steele, intercepted the ball.
And as we talked about, George, I believe Rusty Steele has just run the Buffaloes into Texas Stadium. Richland has no timeout left. Haltom simply will take the snap and fall on the ball, and this ball game will be over.
Number 58 intercepts as the clock ticks down to 58 seconds. And the Richland Rebels have 54 seconds to do something miraculous.
Go down. Shaver taking just an extra step there before going down. Richland cannot stop the clock. They're out of timeouts as we run down to 43 seconds.
And Haltom has second down. We're going to see the interception once again here in just a moment. Birdwell drops back. He passes it. He throws it into a crowd of Buffaloes, although there's been a crowd there several times this evening. Rusty Steele avoids the first tackle and then is dumped forcefully by Paul Harmon, the 265-pound junior. And Shaver takes it.
And that's the ball game.
13, 11, 10, and the clock counts down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. The Buffaloes are in the playoffs. 0. And they dump the ice onto the coaches. I believe that was Coach Gerald James was the recipient of the cold ice and Gatorade in this game as the Richland Rebels. Lloyd Sizemore, the Richland Rebels, outstanding defensive play this evening.
And George, I tell you what, you really have to take your hat off to Coach Bill Bundy and the Richland Rebels. As we talked about in the pregame, this was a program that had really gotten pretty far down. They worked so hard in the offseason, made some tremendous strides this year, and this is a program that is on its way back to being one of the best programs in not only the mid-cities, but in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And George, one other thing, I want to compliment the kids from both schools. I don't recall ever having seen a Haltom and Richland game in which there was not a personal foul. Very well played, a lot of sportsmanship on the part of both schools.
You know, Lloyd, as the players go down and are shaking hands, you know, I enjoy looking at statistics, but what is amazing this evening, you take two teams that have played all season long, you take their average scoring per game. Haltom scores on the average 17.2 points. Tonight, Haltom ends the game with 18 points. Richland scores an average of 14.6 points. What do they get tonight? 14 points. They are less than 1 point away from their average scoring per game.
And George, I tell you what, if you had to base the season just on this ball game, both these teams deserve in the playoffs. Tremendous ball game tonight, a lot of effort, well-played ball game, tremendously exciting. As I said, you have to take your hat off to the Richland Rebels. Congratulate the Haltom Buffaloes, who are going to Texas Stadium for the 3rd time in 6 years.
Of course, the Grand Prairie, South Grand Prairie game is not over yet. If Grand Prairie can score again, they could, Richland Rebels could still go to the playoffs.
Exactly.
So it's not all over yet. If Grand Prairie can come back and make a dramatic score in the last few minutes like Haltom did, both these two great teams could be playing in Texas Stadium. There's a lot of hugging going on out there on the field. There's big Kelvin Garman. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back to summarize the game between the Haltom Buffaloes and the Richland Rebels.